Welcome back to Game Reviewz, the show where we have too many copies of Street Fighter 2. Today's review is for Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Revival for the Game Boy Advance. So, without further ado, let's jump right on in. Super Street Fighter 2 was released for the Game Boy Advance in 2001. As an early title for the system, I actually find it kind of impressive looking. I mean, we all know the Game Boy Advance was capable of a lot more, as Doom exists on the system. But is this an instance of style over substance? Let's find out. When it comes to gameplay, it's the same old Street Fighter 2 you're used to, but with some extra modes. There's Arcade, which is your classic one on one versus the CPU fighting. There's Training, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's training. Choose your character, choose an enemy with unlimited health. That's it, duke it out. There's Versus Mode, which is self explanatory. It uses the Game Boy link cable. You have to have another Game Boy, another copy of Street Fighter 2. This is expensive nowadays. There's Survival, where you see the fastest time you can get on a bonus stage, or you fight several waves of fighters on one health bar. You can have as few as 5 or as many as 100, with every new enemy gaining a little bit more life each time until they have a full bar. Think of this as Mortal Kombat's endurance matches with a few tweaks, those tweaks being several more people. Then finally, there is the time attack mode, not to be confused with the bonus stages in survival mode. There's 5 different fights to choose from with the goal of the best time in each fight. Believe it or not, it's a decent challenge and it mixes things up a bit. Finally, let's look at the controls. Since the Game Boy Advance has 4 buttons, Capcom could better map the controls. The shoulder buttons are your heavy attacks, and the face buttons are your medium and light attacks. Personally, I feel that the D-pad is too small for precise movement, and the buttons are also really small. That may be my fat hands talking, but it still just doesn't feel right. However, it's much better on a Game Boy player or a Retron 5, so I'd play it there. Visually, the game's not bad, but it didn't blow me out of the water or anything, like I previously mentioned. It's fine for an early Game Boy Advance title, but it's not as good as what could have been done. The music is pretty gritty. At least you can still tell what it's supposed to be. I mean, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the music, but as it sits, it's not terrible, and the game's not that bad. So, out of 5 tokens, which is the system we rate games with, we give it a solid 3.8 out of 5 because while the control is okay and it's pretty fun to play, the gritty music and lackluster graphics leave something to be desired. There's definitely better, with there even being a Street Fighter game on the Game Boy Advance better than it, that being Street Fighter Alpha 3. Overall, I'd say it's worth picking up, especially since there's Shin Akuma in the game, which is a rare appearance of him. It's not too expensive, usually found on eBay for $30 or under, though surprisingly it's listed as a rare Game Boy Advance game. Well, this has been Game Reviewz. I want to thank you for watching and see you in the next episode.